Hey everybody, it's Wayne, and today we're giving you a dividend haul for the month of September. As the title of today's video says, yes, it was a record-breaking month, so you will have to remain tuned in to see how much I was able to earn in passive income. If you're new to the channel, hey, thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Wayne, and it's crazy to think that just a few years ago, I was able to retire after a career in law enforcement. Now, today I'm collecting my nearly $106,000 a year pension, and I promise you guys, that's not a flex. A real flex would be if I had saved more money and invested leading up to my retirement. But that's okay because I've gone back to work full time and I'm investing 100% of that yearly pension to various retirement accounts as well as brokerages. Now, my goal today is to build out generational wealth, and one of the ways I'm going to get there is by building up my dividend income portfolio. If you guys have been following me even for a short amount of time, you know that I've got a rather ambitious goal for this year. I'm going to make $15,000, baby, in passive income. And I got to tell you, after the month of September, I feel confident that I'm certainly on the right track. Let's go and take a look here. Starting things off with all the dividends that I received. The first year I began investing, period, was just a few years ago in 2021, in which I made nearly $1,400. Now in 2022, obviously aggressively investing, I was able to make a total of over $8,800 for the entirety of 2022. Will I be able to make $15,000 for 2023? Yes, I do think that I'm going to get there, but it starts with the haul that I made for September. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We'll start off with all of the dividends that I received in my M1 portfolio. Now, apologies in advance for whatever reason, M1 is not allowing me to properly sort by a date range. And so I had to obviously include some of October, some of August, but we're going to go ahead and jump to this. And we're going to take these in descending order, starting with the last dividend that I received in September. Ares Capital paid me out $99.36. Union Pacific, this is a stock that I'm holding in my long-term hold slice, one that I feature pretty frequently with my portfolio updates. I received $11.07. Prologis is not in that long-term hold slice, but I would love to beef up that position, and I did purchase a couple of shares just a few weeks or a month or so ago. I received $25.70. Pepsi paying me out $13.44. Now, hands down, the biggest dividend payment that I received in the month of September was from OCSL, a very solid BDC in my opinion. I have been long on OCSL since the beginning of my investing journey. This past month, they paid me out $559.87. Holy heck, I'm very, very proud of that number. Glad paid me out $17.60. That's the monthly payer. Capital Southwest paid me out $62. AVGO, this is a position that I'm trying to build up. It's in my long-term slice. Paid me out $11.26. BlackRock Science and Technology Trust, stock ticker BST, a monthly payer, paid me out $40.11. You can see here that Ares Capital has this little brother of a dividend, so I will add that to the one above. Let's take a look here at Devo. This is a monthly ETF payer, paid me out $5.11. Main Street Capital, another monthly payer, paying me out $28.33. And if I'm not mistaken, you're going to see Main come up a few times because they also had a special dividend that they paid out this past month as well. Add that 13 cents to there as well. VTI paid me out $3.15. Texas Roadhouse, also in the long-term hold slice. I really, really love the average growth rate of Texas Roadhouse's dividend. $10.27. Everybody's fan favorite ETF, SCHD, paid me out $21.82. I also want to point out that I hold SCHD in various brokerage accounts to include both my wife and my Roth IRA accounts. Waste Management paid me out $8.77. Continuing on with September, VYM paid me out $3.11. SPY-D paid me out $27.27. UNH, I recently opened up my position just a few months ago, and I've been very aggressive about building up that position. It obviously is a very, very expensive stock per share price, but it did pay me out $7.70. Tesla, this is the ETF based on the stock Tesla, paid me out Yet again, another juicy monthly payment of $60.24. McDonald's paying me out $10.28. DAG is also another consistent monthly payer, paying me out a very cool $51.88. I talked about this in my last month's video. I have really beefed up my position within O. Unfortunately, I am currently bag holding because the price fell not just below 58, not below 55, but we've seen it this week go as low as $49 a share. Boy, I wish I was more patient about picking up the number of shares that I did, both in my M1 and Robinhood. But that's okay, because O is one of those positions that you hold in the long term, and it paid me out $68.12. I mentioned that Main Street Capital paid out 2 dividends this past month. One was a special, so this is for $23.80. Horizon Technology, you're likely to see its big brother over here. For whatever reason, in M1, Horizon's always broke down with these 2 payments on a monthly basis, but I made about $73.40 this past month. Glad paid me out $4.27. ADC Realty paid me out $1.13. Johnson & Johnson, $13.53. JetQ. Now, I sold out of JetB a few months ago, and one of the things that I've been watching is if I can reestablish a position in JetB if that share price drops. And it is slowly starting to decrease, so I might pick up JetB in addition, but I continue to hold JetQ for the long term. I'm actually in the green on that holding as well, so it's always nice to receive that monthly distribution. In this case, it was $45.51, and I'm in the green on my overall holding. SO paid me out $19.06. This is also a position in the long-term hold slice that I am aggressively building up. Always glad to see those incoming dividends on a quarterly basis. Visa paid me out $3.33, and Kroger appears to be the very first dividend that I received in the month of September, starting things off with $29. Okay, and moving on over to my Robinhood, giving you a breakdown of all the dividends that I received in the month of September. We'll start things off with the last dividend that I received from SFAL. You can see here they paid me out $90, and I currently own 300 shares. LTC Properties is another monthly payer, paying me out $19. Bank of America. Now, I recently built up this position to now 200 shares. I am in the red, so even though I am bag holding, I'm still comfortable with my current holdings here, and I received $48.16. Main Street Capital, I mentioned this. I hold this not only in my M1, but also in my Robinhood account. They paid me out $2.75. Be on the lookout for also the special dividend that I received from Main Street Capital. Southwest Airlines paying me out $18. SPHD paid me out $17.95. My Amazon Yield Max Fund, I think it's AMZY, paying me out $4.71. I would like to build this up to 100 shares. I've been cautiously picking up shares of Yield Max funds, but I do want to make sure that I'm buying at the lower price entry point. So stay tuned as to whether or not I'll build up that AMZY position. Here is Apple's Yield Max ETF fund, also paying out monthly distribution, stock ticker APLY, paying me out $22.56 for the 100 shares that I currently own. OARC also paid me out $36.35 for the 100 shares that I own. Moving on to Duke Energy, paying me out $2.70. I mentioned this before. I'm not only holding O Realty Income in my M1, but it's also in my Robinhood account as well. And you can see here I received $21.31 for the 83 shares that I owned at the time of payment. I can tell you right now, my O Realty position is significantly more as far as the number of shares, so you'll have to remain tuned in to see how much I'm bringing in for the month of October. Whirlpool, this is a very smaller position that I would like to sell out when I am in the green, but in the meantime, I continue to collect those dividends. This month, I received $5.36. Microsoft, one of my biggest payers in the Robinhood brokerage. You can see here that I own 201 shares. They paid out 68 cents per share for a total of $136.77. I continued to be very successful in my Microsoft position, not only in the dividends that I'm receiving on a quarterly basis, but I'm very much in the green when it comes to holdings, and I've also been able to generate some pretty substantial income by selling options against those shares. Target paid me out $125.50. You'll see that this dividend is reinvesting. I am trying to average down and build up my number of positions. Currently, I own 114 shares. I'd like to get this up to 200 if I can in the foreseeable future. Costco is also one of those positions that I will continue to daily cost average every single day. And this past month, they paid me out $16.88 for the 16.5 shares that I own. Pfizer, I also built up this position a couple of months ago, now up to 200 shares. They paid me out $82.22. Aflac paying me out $7.46 for the 17 shares that I own. This is also a position I'm trying to build up to 100. We'll see how fast I can get there. Wells Fargo paid me out $35.57 for the 101 shares that I own. And then it looks like Ford Motor was the first dividend that I received in Robinhood, paying me out $15 for the 100 shares that I currently own. So now let's give you a tally on how much passive income I earned in the month of September. I want to first point out, take a look here at December of 2022. This month represents the most income I've ever received while being a dividend investor. And you can see the month to beat is $2,087. So here you go. This is the total that I received in the month of September, $2,105.09. That is a new record, baby. Not only for 2023, but all-time record, surpassing December of 2022. Robinhood paid me out a total of 20 dividend payments for $745.39. In one, I had 32 dividend payments for a total of $1,359.70. If we go ahead and plug in the month of September's, I absolutely shattered the previous year, in which September of 2022, I made over $1,100. Clearly, I made way more than that, and this is now the new record holder. Let's go ahead and scroll down here to the monthly average. This is really important for me because if I want to make $15,000 this year, this number needs to be at about $1,250, and you can see I'm very close to that average monthly passive income. So I'm very confident that I'm going to be able to reach 15,000 in passive income. I think October is going to be a fantastic month, but I think December is really going to be potentially the next record-breaking month. So I'm very happy with my dividend journey. I hope that you're happy and you're remaining patient in your dividend journey. And of course, if you like today's video, be sure that you guys are subscribing, give the video a like. I'm certainly excited to put out some more content. I've been busy on the road, traveling, but I always love sharing the updates with each and every one of you. So until then, I'll see you on the next one.